Today, we're in the kitchen making a classic dish in many households and one that can be paired with, I'd say, any meal. I love cornbread. That's what we're doing today. Candance Conley with The Girl Who Can Cook is here this morning with the recipe. Thanks for being with us again, Candance.
Of course, of course.
It's a pleasure having you in. Tell us, I love food with a story. What is the story of this cornbread?
Well, my mom, you know, she was an old country gal, and she made lots of cornbread. She had lots of cornbread growing up, but her cornbread style was sour cornbread.
Okay.
So just a little bit of sugar. And I think probably it was because back in the day, sugar was expensive and cornmeal was not, and neither were the other ingredients that went into it, so a little bit of sugar. So it was kind of on the sour side. I add more sugar to mine because, and she would complain when I would make cornbread because it was too sweet.
Your mom complained about your cooking? Where have I heard this story before?
Hey,
you aren't doing it right, honey. You aren't. Let me show you.
Yes, and let me just leave out an ingredient here and there and not tell you.
Ooh, that's a good one. So this cornbread, what is the secret to making it moist? Because I know we've all had that cornbread. It's just like dry mouth.
Well, you have to have enough. You just have to put the moisture into it, okay? Because it's very simple ingredients that really you should have in your pantry. There are things that you can just keep, and then you never have to leave your house.
Perfect. I love the staples, because obviously no one wants to go out and just shop for one ingredient or two ingredients. We don't have to do that.
Exactly. So we start with, we have a cup of white cornmeal. You can use yellow. My mom liked white because it made a prettier cornbread.
She told you all about it.
Yeah, exactly. Half a cup of all-purpose flour. You just dump them in there. Then she used a teaspoon of sugar. I use a little over a tablespoon.
I was going to say, by the time the cornbread recipes got to my generation, it was pretty much like sheet cake.
Well,
so this is probably in between
exactly,
those.
Exactly. So it's not as sweet as the Jiffy Mix.
Right.
But it's sweeter than hers was. So it's just enough to balance the flavors out to me. Then you need baking powder because that's the only way it's going to rise.
Okay.
And then a little bit of salt. So that goes in there. And the thing that I think is fun about cornbread is you can add lots of ingredients to it. Use your imagination.
Okay.
Use your imagination. So before I get any wet ingredients, I'm going to use grated cheese. I like this is Colby Jack. You could use cheddar. You could really use any cheese you like. But I like to put it into the dry ingredients because then it kind of suspends the cheese throughout the cornbread and it doesn't get, you know, just all at the bottom or all at the top.
That's a great tip. So kind of flour-ish coated cheese will suspend in the mixture and not drop.
Exactly. Then you've got 2 eggs. She didn't beat hers.
Okay.
But I like to beat mine.
We are breaking all the rules with Mama's cornbread today.
Yes, exactly. So then the eggs go in, and you just start to mix it. Then I like to put in the creamed corn today. Last time I used when I brought it in last time, it was grilled corn. Because I had grilled some corn.
I think I was off that day. They were telling how good that was. They just couldn't get enough of it.
You missed it.
Y'all come on over.
So
we're going to try that.
Then just enough milk. She didn't have a quantity measurement for milk. It's just enough to make a thick kind of cake batter.
Ooh, yum.
And then before you bake your cornbread, you put in a tablespoon of Crisco. It has to be Crisco.
Yes.
Put it in the oven. Put it in the oven at 450. Get it really, really hot.
Okay.
So then when you pour your batter in, it's sizzling.
Get a little crackle.
Yeah, and so it sets the crust. Now, I brought honey butter.
I forgot that.
You just got in a big hurry.
Honey butter for you, Leanne?
I'm good right now.
Okay, let me know how that honey butter is.
I can tell you right now, it's going to be spectacular.
The corn in the mix. Grilled corn would have been good. This corn is good. It's all good. I love the corn in it. This is wonderful, Candance.
Well, of course it is.
What else would it be? So now, your mom's name was?
Marjorie Conley.
Marjorie. And we were talking earlier, my grandma always made cornbread, and we'd have cornbread in buttermilk.
Yes.
Once it was cold, and we'd had the meal the next morning, crunch it in there.
Crumble it up,
Don't have any idea why we use buttermilk, not regular milk, but now she probably used all the milk to make the cornbread, and that's all we had left.
There you go.
Exactly.
Love it. This recipe and any others will be on our website at newson6.com/recipes. As always, the girl can cook.